A group of soldiers from the occupying Russian army have been ambushed and destroyed in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. The footage was recorded and shared by a Russian soldier. As seen in the footage circulated on Telegram channels, the occupying soldiers, who were moving on motorcycles, were hit by Ukrainian forces and went up in flames along with their vehicles. Several UAZ brand vehicles were also destroyed.
Вот, ебучий комитет. Ну, бля, пиздец. Вот мина еще, блядь, гора мин лежит. Вот. Вот они прям.
Нас что-то 111 едет, узнай, пожалуйста.
Вот еще двое. Это прям пиздец. Вот тут мы достали Владоса отсюда. Ай, да я ебу, бля.
Мы пошли, что здесь хорошо. Не верю, брат. Вот помоги, оказывайте помощь. Брат, живи, не сбивай. Давай. Все, брат. Он нам не верит. Что здесь все хорошо. Техника. Убегали. Только что. И мотоцикл, и машину.
Группа 2 майор, вот техника наша. Пидоры сожгли нашу. Вот Ниву, которую мне давали, сгорела. И сейчас свой патриот покажу. Тоже сожгли. Дело. Дальше. А нет. Вон он стоял, только что.
Putin's army was actively fighting in the area of Varachino, Andriivka, and Yunakovka. At the same time, Ukrainian forces counterattacked in the area of Andriivka, Alexeyevka, and Novokonstantinovka. Analysts from the Institute for the Study of War have voiced the situation in Sumy region. A Russian military correspondent associated with the northern group of Russian forces said that the Russian military command has significantly strengthened the 83rd Airborne Brigade in the Varachinsk direction, but the servicemen are unhappy because they suspect that their military command will soon give them the order to attack. According to him, the units of the Chechen Special Forces Akhmat continue to operate in the Novonikolayevka area, but have consolidated their positions and are not attacking. However, according to rumors, the 22nd Motorized Rifle Regiment is reporting that the units of the Chechen Special Forces Akhmat have left their positions in the Novonikolayevka area. Drone operators of the 217th Airborne Regiment of the Russian Armed Forces and the 106th Airborne Division continue to strike Ukrainian positions along the Kursk-Sumy regional border, and drone operators of the Anvar Special Forces Unit and the Smuglyanka Unit strike Ukrainian positions in the Sumy direction. Earlier, media reported that in Donetsk, the Ukrainian armed forces attacked the command posts of the 41st Army of the Russian Federation and the 20th Motorized Rifle Division. Thus, the Dnipro-Osint Channel reports that the command post of the 41st Combined Arms Army of the Russian Armed Forces was located on the territory of the Topaz plant, and the command post of the 20th Motorized Rifle Division was located on the territory of the Donetsk Metallurgic plant. Ukrainian journalist Andrei Saplienko stated that the current commander of the 41st Army, Sergei Ryzhkov, personally took part in planning the invasion of Putin's army into Ukraine in February 2022. He also noted that the attacks on enemy command posts in Donetsk were carried out by Ukrainian-made missiles. The territory of the Topaz plant was already attacked by the Ukrainian armed forces in 2023 and 2024. At one time, the plant produced complex radio-technical systems, including radio-technical reconnaissance and early warning systems for air defense, among which was the Kolchuga station. Since 2014, the enterprise has been transferred to the Iskra company plant. Ukrainian forces uncovered a massive Russian buildup by hacking into security camera networks near key Russian bases, discovering huge forces being amassed for the next wave of the offensive operation. Acting immediately, Ukrainians unleashed all available missiles and drones, devastating the convoys before they could ever reach the battlefield, says Euromaidan press media outlet. It is noted that the last Russian push toward Dobropilya ended in disaster, as understrength formations rushed in without proper artillery or armor support and were torn apart in a devastating Ukrainian ambush. Now the Kremlin is trying again. This time, Russia is redeploying full-strength brigades meant to spearhead through the Ukrainian encirclement. The main force is led by the 155th and 40th Naval Infantry Brigades, with airborne units from the 11th Brigade and elements of the 76th Division joining the push, originating from the Kursk, Bakhmut and Kherson sectors, Euromaidan press says. These are units that Russia has leaned on before to make high-risk breakthroughs. The 155th in particular has had to be reconstituted at least 13 times, most recently after disastrous losses at Kursk, making it one of the most repeatedly shattered units of the war. As Russian offensive efforts in these sectors are stalling, their success is being sacrificed and their forces redirected to the Pokrovsk front, trying to salvage a losing battle now unfolding at the Dobropilya salient. Ukraine is not waiting for this second wave to reach the front. Just like with the earlier ambush, they are intercepting Russians in transit. Ukrainian cyber teams have been tasked with hacking into Russian traffic and security camera systems across occupied regions. This gives Ukrainian forces real-time visual data on Russian convoy routes, timing, and staging areas without having to rely on satellite or drone surveillance. Over the past week, Russian channels have repeatedly complained about these strikes, particularly in the Donetsk region. Euromaidan press recalls, Ukraine is no longer waiting for Russian offensives to form, as reinforcements are now seen as not a future threat, but as targets in motion, tracked and intercepted before they reach the front. This shift is powered by real-time surveillance, drone integration, and the hacking of traffic and security cameras in occupied zones. Because so many forces are destroyed on the move, Russians do not have the ability to concentrate their units for a large breakthrough, as waiting too long for a large group to gather would just invite additional Ukrainian strikes. Euromaidan press says, essentially, Russia's offensive is being dismantled on the road, and Ukraine is striking faster than Russia can regroup, and the survivors efficiently cleared out.